Story time about how I found out my mom had been dying and I had no idea. Submitted by Melissa. So, for reference, I am a 25-year-old female living with my partner and our black tabby cat named Chimere. If you know where that name is from, I will definitely love you forever. This story is also being narrated by Whisker Poor on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. If you asked me when I was younger, I would have told you that my mom was my best friend. I grew up in a single-parent household and we were close. We were a team. She was at every single volleyball game, every school play, you name it. And I was a theater kid. You know what they say about theater kids. Super dramatic. And I'm here to tell you that's completely true. I remember my mom would sit with me for hours, going over my lines with me, helping me make sure the character was perfect down to the last syllable. And I loved her for that. She was always just there. She was my biggest cheerleader, the kind of mom that would show up to sit in the front row no matter what. In fact, have you ever seen Mean Girls? You know that scene where the mom is in the middle aisle with the camcorder and she's legit dancing with the girls on stage? Yeah, that was my mom. I legit think the character was developed in inspiration of her. But then something changed. Towards the end of my middle school year, my mom, who used to be this vibrant, involved person, just started to pull back. I realized she wasn't coming to my games anymore. She wasn't picking me up from school. Then the notes started on the fridge. You know the ones with the money for takeout because she stopped cooking. Then I just kind of stopped seeing her altogether. She barely left her room. When I became a latchkey kid, I thought maybe she was just too tired to come and get me. I didn't know what to think. I'd just come home to a house that I thought was empty and have conversations with her through her bedroom door. Sometimes I could hear her on the phone with my aunt, but that was about as much socialization as she got. I didn't understand what was going on, but it felt like I was losing her. I didn't know why. I had no idea what was really happening. And it wasn't until high school that everything just got weirder. So one day my mom asks my aunt to move in. She said it was to help around the house, but I knew there was more to it than that. At first I thought, okay, this could be good. My aunt's cool, she's family, she can help out. But then my mom just got more reclusive. And my aunt, she started taking over all the things my mom used to do. She started cooking all of our meals, picking me up from school, and showing up to all my school events. Like she was overcompensating or something. And that's when I started feeling this, resentment. Why wasn't my mom doing these things? I started getting really angry, not just at my mom, but at my aunt too. She wasn't my mom, so why is she doing my mom's stuff? She spent hours in my mom's room too. I never asked what they were doing in there, but I felt left out. My mom wouldn't even leave her room to see me, but my aunt was right there, picking up the slack, being the one who cared. It was like my mom was slowly being replaced, and it did not sit right with me. So I did what any teenager would do. I stopped coming home as much. I was always out with my friends, planning for the future, making sure I was going to leave this mess behind. But in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, why wasn't anyone telling me what was really going on? And then one day, my mom sat me down with my aunt, and that's when they finally told me the truth. But I had no idea how to process it. I never saw it coming. But when they told me, it all made sense. And it broke me. So one night, my mom and my aunt sat me down. And my mom said that she'd been sick for a while. I'll never forget the way that she looked at me. Like she was about to tell me something that would change everything. And she did. She told me she had breast cancer. It wasn't just something that happened overnight. It'd been going on for years. But when the doctor told her that it was too late and that she wasn't going to respond to treatment, she didn't want me to know. She didn't want me to worry. She thought that if I knew, I'd see her differently. And that's why she pulled away. All that time, all that anger that I've been holding on to, I'd been so mad at her for shutting me out. But it wasn't because she didn't care about me. It was because she did. She didn't want me to watch her fade away. And that's when the guilt hit me hard. I felt like I had failed her. Like I hadn't been there for her when she needed me the most, despite her being there for me every single day. And I spent the last year trying to make everything right, trying to make up for lost time. So I stepped up. I started to do what my aunt was doing, helping with meals, taking care of my mom, making sure she had her medicine, trying my best to make things feel normal again. But the guilt didn't go away, and it felt like there was a weight on my chest every single day. And no matter what I did, it just wasn't enough. And then, my senior year, my mom passed away. It was supposed to be the happiest time of my life. And all I had left was this overwhelming feeling of guilt. Like I had missed my chance to really be there for her, and she missed out on so much. But then I got this letter just a few days ago that just put everything into a much different perspective. And I want to share it with you. Okay, so here's where things get a little weird. So I'm sitting on the couch, exhausted from work, and my partner hands me a letter with handwriting that I immediately recognize. When I look at the address, I realize there isn't one, just a name.
Wait, what? How is this even possible?
I flipped the letter over several times to make sure I saw what I really thought I saw. What is it?
Where did you get this?
It came in the mail today.
Today?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because it's from Margaret Jones. Wasn't that your mom's name? I didn't answer her, but then I nodded. I know. I thought the same thing you're thinking right now. How could she possibly have sent it? She's been gone for years. But it was her handwriting, and the letter was addressed to me. It took me an hour, but with the help of my partner, I finally mustered up enough strength to read it. Yep. It's me, back from the dead. Bet you thought you'd seen the last of me, huh? Well, I think again, I'm still here, kind of. First things first, how are you? I hope you're doing well. If I've timed this just right, it should reach you just before your 25th birthday. 25, what a time to be alive. It feels like just yesterday that you were running around in your volleyball shorts with your hair in a messy bun, but now you're getting older and wiser, and I'm so proud of you. Just remember, no matter how old you get, you'll always be my little girl. So, what's life like for you these days? Have you settled down with someone yet? Found that special person? Have you fallen in love? I really hope you have. You deserve it all, you know. Are you still visiting me? I wish I could tell you all the things I want to say. Like how I miss hearing you, your voice, your laugh, your little jokes. I'm funnier and you clearly got your humor from your dad. But I still want to know, what's life like? Have you been following your dreams? I just hope you're happy. I know. You're probably reading this wondering how the heck I'm writing you when I'm supposed to be, gone. Well, here's the truth. I've been working on this for a while now. You see, your aunt, she's been helping me with this little project. She's been there with me through it all, helping me get these letters ready for you. I'm so grateful for her. We've got this little system worked out. She'll be sending you these letters every year until you turn 42. Right now, at the time of writing this letter, I've heard you've been playing the guitar. Sometimes I hear you strumming away from the other room. It sounds pretty good, actually. Could use a little more practice, but you're getting there. Keep playing. Don't stop just because I'm not there to listen anymore. I know it's been hard without me, and I'm sorry for all the things that I didn't get to say to you while I was here. But know this, I'm always with you. I'm in your laughter, your music, your dreams. I'll always be cheering you on. And I hope these letters help you feel like I'm still around the corner. I've just stepped into the other room, but I'll always be with you in spirit. And when you read this, just know that I'm sending you all the love that I possess. P.S. Please reach out to your Aunt Megan when you get this. Let her know that you received it. She's been a bit clumsy her whole life, and the last thing I want is for any of these letters to get lost. She's been working really hard to make this happen. So just tell her hello for me. I love you, Mom. I couldn't believe it. She had written me a letter for every year until I turned 42, the same age that she was when she passed away. And all this time, my aunt had kept this secret for so long, helping my mom plan this little gift. And here I was so angry at them not knowing the love that was being poured into these letters. And now I sit here holding this letter, and I can't wait for the next one. I love you, Mom, and I'll talk to you again next year.